Trump has now confirmed reports that he plans to declare a national emergency to enact a mass deportation program, while some in his camp are worried, not about the mass deportation plan, but about the use of a particular word in relation to it, okay? We'll get to that, but first, Tom Fitton, the guy who always posts the weirdest photos. Anyway, he tweeted, or truth, I don't care. It's all the same at this point. Reports are the incoming Donald Trump administration plan prepared to declare a national emergency and will use, quote, military assets to reverse the Biden invasion through a mass deportation program, which Donald Trump replied to with just true, because that's how the next president speaks. So yes, they're going to declare a national emergency, even though the number of people crossing the border is now at the year's low since back to the end of the Trump administration. And they're going to use military assets. So they're going to deploy the military to track people down and round them up and then put them somewhere. But where? What word do you use to describe the thing they're going to put all these people in? Well, don't say camps, everyone, because that's the line that the right wants to draw here. Apparently, some Trump allies were told to stop saying they'll put immigrants in camps, quote, because some people think it makes us look like Nazis. Well, they are literally concentration camps. So I'm not sure that it so much makes you look like Nazis as it makes you like Nazis. You see how that works when you do what the Nazis did? It's not just appearances that you should be concerned about. But Francesca, they're talking about something that is going to cause a lot of pain and a lot of suffering to a lot of people.
Yeah, and as Donald Trump said, his dad always told him, you never say Nazi, don't say Nazi, which is something that he divulged to a campaign rally. And a group of onlookers saying, don't say Nazi. My father always said that. Why would your father always say, don't say Nazi? Was it because he was kind of a Nazi, but like, you're not supposed to say that in public and like in polite company, people don't like it? Of course you don't say that. Of course you don't brand your thing as camps. You brand your thing as an Airbnb for undocumented. That's what you do. It's just vacation time. It's just isolation. Ooh, what about that? That's great. Quarantine. Hey, everybody loves that. Hey, we believe in viruses and stuff like this. No, it's terrifying, right? And if you've got people like Pete Hegseth at the head of the Department of Defense, then yes, the military will be going along with things like this. I think one thing that we learned in the last year that is terrifying about this country is that the idea of bombing helpless people into the Stone Age, as we've seen the US help Israel do in Gaza, can be justified by some of the cruelest and most inhumane ideologies. And many people quoted and said basically throughout this past year and ongoing that, we had to bomb the Japanese in Hiroshima and Nagasaki in order to end the war. Yeah. That these many, many, many decades later, that this is the lesson that we've learned, is that actually bombing the people of Hiroshima and Nagasaki was justified to end the war. So then you think that the internment of the Japanese in the United States, a heinous stain on our history, was also justified. And we will see it again. Many of them do, and they will see it again. I mean, one of the groups that are being targeted, allegedly, are gonna be Chinese. That Chinese immigrants are gonna be a big thing, which is just like, oh, cool. So we're going back. We're awesome. This is real throwback stuff here. Wonderful.
Yeah. Absolutely disgusting. And I will just end by saying, like, to the Democrats, like, people who are not terrified and worried about their future and the lives their kids will have will find this to be appropriately horrifying. But people who are already in a state of complete economic insecurity, it's harder for them to focus on these big things that we find to be so obviously unacceptable. So deliver next time. Or just give the nomination to Newsom.
And when you can't fight, like where's the fight?
When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?